Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So excited to see you. I'm so excited to do this with you.
I know I've never done live before, so
Yeah, I haven't done it in a really long time. So hopefully we don't run into any bugs, but we'll just roll with it and jump back
for
on
sure.
if somehow we get bumped off or whatever. But I was just explaining to everybody that you launched your book this week, your debut
Yeah,
author. Yay. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for your book launch, and it's doing very well. So, especially you're in such a competitive, genre. So it's been going well so far. So
for
I'm excited
sure.
for you. Yeah.
For sure. I don't want to say that I set my expectations low, but I guess knowing that I am in such a competitive um genre because we all know that there are some heavy hitter thriller authors out there who have like multiple books that eat up like the entire list, which is totally cool. One day maybe that will be me. But I am excited to see how it's done so far and just to see the number of absolute strangers who like the book. You don't have to be nice to me and you still like the work, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a good book. It is a good book, and it deserves to be read because it's I love it. I
Thank
really
you.
yeah, I liked every iteration of it from the beginning, but the final is good, and it keeps you kind of hooked the whole way through, and you want to find out what's happening, and so you did a really good job with it.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you about the whole process. Like, just give everybody who's watching the live stream and then anyone who will watch it afterwards, walk us through kind of the beginning. Like, when we first started working together, where were you at with your book?
So I actually had to think about this because I'm like, well, Rachel's been around the entire time, but she actually hasn't because we didn't even meet until I was like 15 months into my writing career. And the idea just kind of came to me one day while my husband and I were out for a walk with our toddler. I was like 3 months pregnant with our second. And at this point, like the first 15 months has just been a lot of like, coming up with a random idea and throwing it at the wall and seeing which one gave me enough excitement to want to see it all the way through because that was the biggest tip I think I had gotten from a lot of these writing coaches is you have to want to see the story through till the end. And
Yeah.
none of them really seemed like I don't know. So finally when this one came up, I was like, okay, what about this? And my husband has always done a really good job of like spitballing ideas with me or helping me I guess, navigate whatever mess is floating around in my head. And he's a big movie guy, so he can usually relate something in my head to a movie he has seen. So we talked about it, and then I had gotten maybe 30,000 words in, and we were, our second was born December 30th. So, like, that last 2, 3 months, I was pretty pooped. So I got to 30,000 and I'm like, I'm just gonna like rest the rest of this pregnancy because I don't know if I can do much more. And then you and I met in April, and I was like, I've got the beginning. I know how I want it to end, but I don't know how to do anything in the middle. Like, I need help. So fast forward, that's where you came into the picture to help navigate getting my character through the woods, as you told me. We walk him into the mess. Like, how are you going to get him out of it now? So, uh, that I guess was like, I had just had so many other struggles with other writing coaches or other content creators who were selling their workbooks. None of it was really working. I mean, it did, but I needed somebody to obviously hold my hand. So the weekly check-ins were great. Just being able to have somebody else to spitball my ideas with more frequently really helped get through even just to finishing draft one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the hardest part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so then, so what surprised you the most about? So you got your first draft done, and that's usually one of the biggest hurdles for writers is just to see it all the way through to the end. And like you said, it's so important that you're excited about the story so you can kind of
Yes.
keep yourself going through it. But then you get the first draft done, and what surprised you the most about getting to that point?
Finishing draft one felt like the easy part. And then it was, well, now what? Now what? I don't do well with the hurry up and wait because that's what I
Mhm.
feel like. I've compared writing this book so much to going through pregnancy the first time. There's so much you don't know. You don't even know what questions to ask. So I just kind of was like, all right, we got the first draft done. It's all done now, right?
Yeah.
Except it's not. Like there was so much more that still had to be done. I think what surprised me the most, this is a two-part question, the two-part answer. One was how much from draft one to draft published, how much it changes.
Hmm.
There is so much that you think is going to be in the book. And then you get around to how many rounds of edits, and you're like, I really want to keep this in here, but I can't.
Hmm.
Killing that first like
Darling.
15,000 words, like
Yeah.
it crushed me, but at the same time I was like, this feels really good. This feels like the right thing to do. So biggest unexpected was what the end product was.
Hmm.
And the couple people that have read the first and only like two or three people that have read draft one have noticed and have at least given praise. Like, I love all the changes you made. So that
Hmm.
was really, that was nice to hear. The second part, I think that would be the most unexpected was that you don't actually, this isn't a math problem, writing a
Hmm.
book. It's, there's so many unexpected things that are going to come up. There are so many things that might change. And your timeline is like navigating through mud.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get like through the next couple inches before you start worrying about everything else on top of it.
Hmm.
That was probably the hardest thing for me is because I have a checklist. I just want to check these things off the list and move on. It doesn't work like that writing a book. So I think that that would probably be the big part is like you don't really know what you're doing until you get to the end
Yeah.
and just how much it's going to change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you happy with the finished product? Like, do you feel proud of it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I mean, I caught a couple small errors that like I probably would have caught 5 years from now. And no matter how many times I've gone through this book, I thought I would have caught it all. But there's like that one random error that everybody's going to miss. And I would be more upset about it if every other book I've ever read didn't also have like that one random error. So I was like, okay, so this isn't just me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm super proud of it because it's getting really good reviews and not even just like glaring 5 stars. It's people who said, I don't normally read this kind of stuff, but I still liked it. Or this is not at all like my thing. And I want to read it now. I want to read more. I want to read book two. I wouldn't normally pick this up, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that was probably the biggest surprise is just the number of people that like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That
I know that sounds crazy to
you're
say,
like,
but
oh my
like
gosh, people
people
actually
actually
like
like
it.
what I wrote.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, that's good. That's good. And
yeah.
so I've been really impressed with how, like, you've really taken to heart the whole process of, in the book launch process. So let's move into that because I feel like that's such a nebulous area for most writers. Like, writing the book is sometimes the hardest part. And then, like you said, then you realize, okay, that was actually the easier part. It's
Yeah.
the editing. But then we get into publishing and launching the book. So you've been really embracing the whole marketing process of the book.
This has been my favorite part.
You're really good at it too. So,
Well,
so
thank you.
what are some things that you feel like if you could give advice to other, aspiring authors out there or people that are ready to launch their book, like what do you think is kind of the most important things that you've done or um, that you feel like are contributing to the success of your launch?
So I love a theme. And like, I will take that into every aspect of my life. Planning my kids' birthday parties has a theme. Planning any kind of party, there's always a theme around it. So I think for a book to have its own unique successful launch, you have to find something about the book that people might cling to,
Mm.
something that they can maybe hold on to. In my case, I obviously, aside from like bookmarks, I always referenced Margot and her red pen.
Uh-huh.
So I made custom like Margot's red pen. Even it doesn't write in red, so people can just have it as like a normal pen. Um, but like bringing in themed elements that are just different than the norm.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think if there was something specific that we did differently than everybody else. I don't know. I love doing giveaways. That like apparently that's part of my downfall because I love gifting things to people. And
Yes.
Michael's like, Emily, at some point you have to stop just giving your career away for free. I know, but this has been the fun part
Yeah.
is coming up with the giveaways and coming up with I don't know, just little like things that people might think of
Mhm.
when they're reading the book. So, like book two, I've got a lot more ideas, which we'll get into that part, I'm sure. But um, I think coming up with a theme, but finding something very unique that people can maybe hold on to is the biggest difference. And like what sets you apart from other thrillers in my case because it is such a common genre to be in, not common, but it's a packed competitive market,
Yeah.
and you do have to find something that sets you apart from other authors within your genre. What did you do differently?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, you just gave the perfect segue. So, as soon as your book was done and the pre-launch had started, you had a book signing that you did at a bookstore, local
Mhm.
bookstore. But you already started writing your next book.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I did. The ideas had been percolating for a while because initially when I started book one, I was like, I'm gonna write this random book. No, I don't have energy in me to do a series. I'm not doing that. And then I got further into this book and I'm like, I don't know if I can not write a second book because there's just so much I wanted to put in. This book would have been like 300,000 pages and
Yeah.
nobody would have wanted to read it. So I was like, nope. I found the perfect place to cut the book off and started planning for book two. I knew once I got through the signing, I was ready to get back to work because I'd spent so much time focusing on this one. And I was like, okay, we got to move on. I'm ready for the next project. I'm ready for the next phase. Um, so for anybody who ends up listening to this or doesn't listen to this but listens to the interview I had done with Margaritas and Manuscripts, there
Mm-hmm.
was a bit of a spoiler we had talked about in there that yes, book two is coming, but also that the world of Margot or Maggie Hale isn't over. Like,
Uh-huh.
and they both kind of looked at me like, what do you mean? Well, you know, and with thanks to you, initially we weren't really, I wasn't planning on doing anymore. And then you said, well, maybe we should actually write this book. And then I was like, what do you mean? So taking the stories within the story and actually writing the stories, like Maggie Hale is coming to life in a weird, crazy way. So there's a lot that I'm excited to dump out just with this specific project. There's so much that I could say about it, but
Yeah.
I also don't want to give too much away. So
Yeah.
um the
Yeah.
big parts upcoming are book 2 and then the story of Reginald and Genevieve, which once you've read the book, that'll make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Their story is going to be fully written, which I'm super excited about too.
I am so excited about that. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I just know it. So,
I hope so.
yeah, so you're in your launch week. So, how are you surviving launch week?
Trying to stay away from my computer.
Trying not to
Trying to stay away
refresh.
from Amazon and not like constantly stare at the numbers and like
Yeah.
refreshing my screen every 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Thankfully I've had enough other things to like keep myself busy. I had a tattoo appointment, so we got some more work done on my arm. I
I
have a
want,
house. Yes,
go ahead. You have a house, what?
I have a house to clean because I have two small children who think it's fun to stomp on goldfish in the kitchen.
Goldfish crackers, not real goldfish.
Yes, yes, goldfish crackers.
Yeah.
Yes, we have crumbs throughout our
Mm.
house like aplenty. So
Yeah.
cleaning and small children have kept me plenty
Yeah.
busy.
Well, that was one thing also I was going to say is that you were so great. I always tell authors to you have to give yourself like something to look forward to when you achieve
Mhm.
certain milestones. And I was always really impressed with the like the carrots that you had at the end of the stick for finishing certain milestones.
Yep.
So tell us about that. Like you don't have to say like specifically what it was, but the importance of having carrots at the end of the stick
Oh,
for
for
milestones.
sure. Which if anybody ever meets me, yes, I am heavily tattooed. This goes all the way up to my shoulder. Both of my legs are like the tops of my thighs have tattoos. That was something that I wanted for myself. And my husband's like, okay, whatever. Like he is a blank canvas. And then there's me who's slowly chipping away, covering my body. I needed something to say that I did this big thing. So my very first like big goal when I finished draft 1 was getting my leg piece. And I chose to focus them a bit. They were a bit more writer based. So like one of them is based on the tarot card of the reader, only we changed it and it's the writer and she looks more like me and she's got a pen in her hand. And that was just like the thing I really wanted to do when I finished my first draft. And you have to reward yourself because this is so stinking hard
Yeah.
sometimes. And it only gets done if you finish it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
one of those like you have to keep at it if you ever want to get to the end.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so your book has, I have it right here.
Ooh.
Your book has been it's launched. It's on Amazon right now this week. It's on sale. So
Hmm.
I would encourage everybody that is watching this that's looking for a really great psychological thriller to read this book. Go to Amazon, get it. You can see it here. And also, so now we're in the launch week. You hit the bestseller list in a very competitive category. Obviously, we're still pushing hard. We're still going for, as many new readers as possible, as many sales as possible. We want to really hit it out of the park. But one thing that I think surprises a lot of authors is that their book launch is just the beginning. Like there is so much more that comes after this. So, do you
Yes.
have any thoughts or ideas about what you want to do to kind of keep the momentum going for your book?
So we have already some events scheduled in October, a bit more local based, which is really fun for me. I've never gotten to do anything outside of like the actual signing party. I've never gotten to do anything big like this. So we have a couple events lined up in October. And I think I'd like to obviously focus this book around that time of year. So much of the book is written in the dark, gloomy, like October through March timeframe.
Yeah.
So um outside of launch week, the one I remember hearing from somebody that it's not a launch week that you need to be focused on, it's the year.
Yeah.
And this is just such a short period of time that you can't write a book and expect to get rich quick. This is not, writers do not write books to become wealthy people because that's just not realistic. It happens, but this is more because we just really have some stories we want to share and we want to write because it's something we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Um, I think the biggest thing is taking it one day at a time, and that if this is the career path for somebody, give yourself some grace and just take the time to understand that this isn't something that's just going to happen overnight.
Hmm.
You know, I might not see the top 10 of any psych thriller or thriller bestseller list for a while because it is so competitive, and that's okay. You know, we're going to continue to go to these local events. We're going to continue to talk about it. I'm going to share it with whoever asks. And I think the biggest thing is using your network and your community to its advantage. I have a lot of neighborhood book clubs just in this tiny town that I live in of like 15,000 people. There's a lot of book clubs. There's a lot of moms who like to go to these book clubs. And, I think just use use what you have to your disposal. You don't have to spend a ton of money on advertising if you don't have it.
Hmm.
Um,
And you had
lean on your
the 6 month, you had the book launch plan, right? So you were following
yes.
that too. You got
Yes.
yourself on a podcast, and yeah, that's great.
Yep. I mean, it kind of goes with the whole like they can always say no.
Mhm.
Just ask.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be interested in talking to you or hosting you for an event or buying your book, for heck's sake. So
Yeah.
um I've been super grateful with the support that I've had. And I think a friend of mine reached out not long ago. She just finished writing her book and she had kind of been asking about some of it. And like you said, marketing is probably the most unknown aspect because
Mhm.
people don't really know where to start.
Yeah.
Um, Utilizing your network to its advantage, the people you know, your friends, your family, but starting early. Don't be afraid to talk about it. I mean, now looking back, I thought that starting 2 years out to talk about a book was too much time, but the 2 years are going to go by one way or the other. So, this October would mark the 2 year anniversary of starting that book.
Hmm.
So, talk about it, share, get people excited that you're doing this big thing because it
Yeah.
is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and you have to be the biggest advocate for your work because nobody else is going to advocate for you as best as you can yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for your launch. And, you know, I mean, my goal is still that you will hit within the top 10, but it's a big deal that you got in the top 100. I mean,
Yes.
that is still worth celebrating. So
Yes.
I hope you're going to treat yourself to something for getting into the top 100 because that's not easy to do in such a competitive category. And you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm just yeah, I'm excited to get book two going. I do like the marketing aspect of all of it because it is so challenging. Um, but yeah, it's been fun. We've got a couple applications out for potential bigger events next summer. So
Great.
fingers crossed
Yeah.
they'll pick us up for one of them, maybe.
Mhm.
Any of them would be cool, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, that's it. It's just taking really 1 week and 1 month at a time and seeing what we can do with what we have.
Yeah. And keep going, see it
Yes.
through. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being
thank
on
you.
here, and also just, I've just been honored to walk this path alongside you. It's just been such an honor for me. So, thank you for including me in your journey.
Absolutely. Thank you for, I mean, I still have all the thank you notes that you sent me. I couldn't have done this if I hadn't found you, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
It's true.
thank
We've
you.
worked with a lot of other people and like it just you have to find the right team. I've called you my agent because that's basically what it feels like. You need the person who's gonna look out for you and your best interests and not necessarily the sales aspect of it. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so
it's
much.
been great.
Yeah, and likewise, you're awesome, and I love
Well,
working
thank
with
you.
you. So.
Thank you. Even though I'm super impatient.
Oh, it's okay. I completely understand. I mean, you're pouring your heart and soul into this, and it's like you have been such an ideal, like, um, author because you are the biggest advocate for your work. And so, I mean, you're just so great about it. You're not just like, well, we'll see what happens. You're like, no, we're making this happen. So that's really great.
Yeah. I mean, how else does it ever get done, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You can't write the book unless you just write the book.
Yeah, it's like we're racing together. It's like it's not
Yeah.
like I'm like, come on, let's do this. You're like, let's do this, let's go. And so it's been really fun.
And I think that's probably the one other small piece that I've learned in this process is people don't buy one thriller and then like they never buy another book.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
there's room on your bookshelf, whether it be digitally or physically, for so many books. We're not out here competing with each other. We're out here like I've made so many author friends just in like within a 50-mile radius of where I live.
Wow.
And we all write in different genres, which is really cool.
Yeah,
We all get to swap our stories and potentially meet each other at other events. So you're not competing with other authors.
yeah,
There's room for everybody.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, well, thank you so much. And everybody,
Yes, thank
make sure
you.
you go and support Emily, get her book and read it because it's worth it. It's really good. And I'm not just
It's
saying
not as
that. She's not
scary. It's
paying
not
me to say
as
that.
it's not as scary as people like I don't want people to look at it and think like, "Oh my God, this is a horror movie." It's not horror.
No,
It's
it's
like
yeah,
so far from it's not scary. It's not going
yeah.
to give you nightmares. At least I hope it doesn't.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
It's so much more emotional than that.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. And there's like so many layers of mystery. So it's really good. Really good.
absolutely.
Okay, well, here we go. We're continuing on
Yes,
and I'm excited for everything that follows for
I know.
you. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Bye.